Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس weekend 3. Let's start our class first by welcoming our interpreter from the sign language, Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil. And then let's start our class. You know that we have in this semester, we have 3 units, and we are in the last lesson in unit 1, which is feelings. And next class, inshallah, we're going to take unit 2, starting with unit 2, lesson 1, things we wear. And this lesson is only about, considered as a revision for the previous unit, which we studied in 7 classes. In this unit, we're going to evaluate your progress, how much you gained, how much you learned from these 7 classes, and also how much you improved your skill, your language, English language skills in general. And before we start our revision, let's give you a general idea about the main skills and the minor skills that you need to improve in your English whenever you study English, regardless of your level, even if you are a beginner, an intermediate level, or advanced level. The first skill that we need to concentrate on and to start acquiring language, getting a language through, is listening, as you see here. And if you listen very well, and if you continue listening, and if you practice listening many times and so much, that will impact your ability to speak. So speaking also is the result of good listening, okay? And after you listen and you start to speak, you need to concentrate more on reading. So if you read very well, that will affect or will impact your ability to write, okay? So you start naturally learning a language through listening, then you start speaking, and after that you start reading, and you get the ability to write later on. Okay, in listening, what are the other skills that we can concentrate on and to improve our language in general? If you listen, you have to be careful about 3 things. The first one is vocabulary. You get vocabulary through so many means, like speaking and reading. But in speaking, you get something else. You get also grammar. When you listen to good sentences, and you listen also to good structure, and you listen to good vocabulary, and that will affect your speaking, as we said before. Also in listening, you get something very important, which is pronunciation. Pronunciation, we mean by that, we mean how to say words. If you listen very well to words, that will affect your ability to speak later on, and will make your speaking influential and good. Okay, so these 3 skills, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, you get them from listening. Okay, and if you speak, that will impact your speaking, as we said before. You will speak in good vocabulary, in good grammar, and in good pronunciation. But when it comes to reading, we have other skills. Also we have vocabulary, as we said before, and grammar. And also we have something else, we have spelling. In reading, you have to concentrate on your reading so that you improve your spelling. Also you can improve your punctuation. What do you mean by punctuation? The full stop, the comma, the exclamation mark, the question mark, the semicolon, and the colon, and so on. So these are called the punctuation. They are very important. When you read, you concentrate on what you read, so that will improve your ability to write later on. And the last thing is handwriting. Also when you read to printed papers, for example, or printed books, and also that will improve your handwriting. So when you write in good vocabulary as a result of good reading, and also you write in good grammar, in good spelling, and in good punctuation, and in good handwriting. Okay, so these are the main skills and the minor skills that we will evaluate you. So whenever you study English, we evaluate you on these skills. And you know all these skills we call them are integrated. You know what integrated? That means they help each other. For example, if you listen, you can improve your vocabulary and grammar. If you read, you improve your vocabulary and grammar. If you speak, you practice your vocabulary and grammar. If you write, also you practice these things. So there is an integration between or among these 10 skills. Okay, now let's go to our objectives, the goals of this lesson. As we know that this is a revision and evaluation for the classes and for the lessons that we have taken in 7 classes in Unit 1. First, we are going to learn, or the student will be able at the end of the class here to greet a teacher, his teacher or her teacher, and ask, how are you? Are you able to do that? This is what we will judge you through, or we will evaluate you at the end of this class. Also, the student will be able to say, I am first, second, third, and so on. These are the ordinal numbers that we have taught you before. Also, the student will be able to chant. There is a chant called, if you are happy and you know it, okay, clap your hands. You remember that? You will be able, at the end of this class also, to chant this chant. Also, the student will be able to play the confusion game with a partner and say 6th, 7th, 8th, and so on, the ordinal numbers. Also, the student will be able to ask a friend, what's the matter? How do you ask this and when to ask this question? This is what we are going to learn, inshallah, through this lesson. Also, the student will be able to listen and point to the right pictures and words. This will test the vocabulary of the student. Also, the student will say the sounds for A as in apple, A as in cape, I as in pen, and I as in pine. The last objective of today is how the student is going to categorize the alphabet letters regarding handwriting. If we have time at the end of this class, we can teach you some rules about handwriting. Now we start with the first goal that we studied in this unit, and you know that we have 8 goals that we are going to go through them in this lesson. The first goal in Unit 1, which is feeling, is in section number 1, which is under the title Talk Time. Okay, what is this goal? You can judge yourself, or you can evaluate yourself. I can greet my teacher and ask, how are you? Can you do that? Let's check. Look at these 2 kids here. They are talking to each other. One of them saying, hi, how are you? This is a regular greeting that you can greet somebody when you see him or when you see her. You say, hi, how are you? You expect the answer to be like this. I am great, thanks. And you reply, and you? Okay, you are asking the same question. And you mean by that, how are you? The answer is, I am fine. This is the normal answer for this question. Whenever somebody asks you, how are you? You say, I am fine. Okay, let's listen to this short conversation.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. And you?
I'm fine.
Okay, now we move to the second goal of this lesson, which is in talk time also. You can evaluate yourself now. If you can say, I'm first, I'm second, I'm third. What do we mean by that? We mean the ordinal numbers. The ordinal numbers. When you talk about something that comes in order, we say first. This is the first. That means number 1. This is the second. That is number 2. This is the third. That means number 3. This is the fourth, number 4, and so on. Okay, so the cardinal numbers, the cardinal is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ordinal numbers are first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, so you have some students there here. They are in their classroom now, and the teacher is teaching them, and she wants them to participate in the class, to take their time to have some activities in the classroom. And they shout to the teacher and they say that they want to participate. So what do they say? She says to them, hi, hello, and the first one says, I am first. That means I am going to be the first to participate or to take part in this activity. And the next one says, I'm second. The third one says, I'm third. The fourth one says, I am fourth. I am fifth, and so on. Okay, let's listen to two of your colleagues now acting out this conversation.
Hi,
Hello, I'm first.
I'm second. I'm third.
I'm fourth.
I'm fifth.
Okay, we move now to another exercise that we had in our workbook, if you still remember, on page 64. As you can see here, there are 5 people waiting at the ATM machine, and they want to get their roll, or they stand in order so that they start using the ATM machine. So this one is the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. If we use the ordinal numbers, what do we say? We can say that this one, number 1, is the first, number 2 is the second, number 3 is the third, number 4 is the fourth, and number 5 is the fifth. What about if they talk about themselves? If each one of them tells the other about his order, okay, or using the ordinal numbers. The first one can say, I am first. The second can say, I am second. The third, what can the third say? He can say, or she can say, I am third, I am fourth, and I am fifth. Okay? Also, we studied in this unit the alphabets, and we know that we have in English, we have 26 letters in English, and they come in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 26. Okay, so what do we call the first letter? A. Letter A is the first letter. Okay, so that we want to know how to know. We want to know the order of these numbers, because we are going to play a game, as you are going to see in the next slide. So B is the second, C is the third, okay, and so on. If I ask you now, what is, for example, I? What's the number of the ordinal number of I? What do you say? Tell me. Look at I. Yes, exactly. We say I is the 9th letter. Okay. What about if? If is the 6th letter. Here we use the ordinal number. We say the 6th. Okay. And number 13, or the M, we can say M is the 13th letter, and so on. Okay. So goal number 3 in rhythm and listening, I can chant the if you are happy and you know it, chant with a partner. Can you do that? Can you do this chant, and can you chant this or not? If you can't, it is very easy. You can go to your book and you can scan the QR that is available there in unit 1, and you can get the audio for this chant, and you can listen to it many times until you memorize it, and you can chant this chant. Okay, this is the chant we are going to let you listen to in a while now. It is on page number 6. It is in CD1, recording number 5. You can go there and listen to it. And you will listen to one of your colleagues now chanting this. Okay, let's listen.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Okay, so this is the chant, and you can listen to it in another audio, as we said before, on page 6, if you scan the QR and get the audio. Also, in goal number 4, in the rhythm and listening, you can evaluate yourself. If you can play the confusion game that we told you about a while ago with a partner, and you say 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is the game. It is played by 2 of your colleagues. One of them says F is the 7th letter of the alphabet. Is that right? The other one answers. Do you think that F is the 7th or not? You can say A, B, C, D, E, F. So F is not the 7th. What is it? It is the 6th. So what do you expect the answer to this statement? The answer says no. It is the 6th letter. G is the 7th letter. You can play like this game with a partner, with one of your, with a member of your family or with one of your colleagues. Okay, let's listen to this game played by two of your colleagues.
F is the seventh letter of the alphabet.
No, it's the sixth letter. G is the seventh letter.
Okay, just to remind you again, the first letter of the alphabet is A, the second is B, the third is C, the fourth is D, the fifth is E, the sixth is F, the seventh is G, the eighth is H, the ninth is I, and the 10th is J. If I ask you a question, I say H is the ninth letter, what do you answer? Do you say yes or no? Again, H is the ninth letter of the alphabet. What do you say? You say no. Yes, exactly. You say no. I is the ninth letter. Okay, so H is the eighth letter. Very good. Now we move to the fifth goal of this unit that we studied in words in action section in your book. I can act out three feelings. What are the three feelings that we studied? Listen, point, and say. This is one of the feelings that people usually feel, okay, when they want to eat. What do they feel? And here also, when the people want to drink, how do they feel? Exactly. The first one, number one, this guy feels hungry, so he wants to eat. The other one feels thirsty, so he wants to drink. Okay, so what does he say? He says, I am hungry, I'm hungry. The other one says, I'm thirsty. Okay, there are also other four feelings. The first one here, what do you think? What does she say here? Think of that. She says, I am hot. Okay, that she's feeling hot. Okay, and in number 4, what do you think the guy here feels? Okay, how does he feel? He feels cold. So what's the matter? What is going on? What's wrong with this guy? He is cold. He talks about himself. He says, I am cold. And here looks sleepy, so she says, I am sleepy. The sixth one here, what does she say? She says, I am scared. She's afraid of something, so she's telling others that she is scared. When she talks about herself, she says, I am scared. Okay, the sixth goal in words in action section in your book in unit 1, the student can ask a friend, what's the matter? How can you ask this question? When to ask this question? It is a very important question to ask when you see somebody not feeling well or distracted by a problem or something. You can ask him or her by using this question, what's the matter? What's wrong with you? Okay, let's try this one. Okay, now this guy is asking this girl, what's the matter? What do you expect the answer to be? You can tell from the picture here. What is it? Okay, she is what? She is hungry, exactly. She says here, when she talks about herself, okay, she says, I am hungry. Okay, so what's the matter? Here, he says, I am cold. And here, she says, I am hungry. And here, I am scared. And here she says, I am hot. And this girl also feeling sleepy. So she says, I am sleepy. Okay, let's listen to this audio, please.
What's the matter?
I'm cold.
I'm hungry.
I'm scared.
I'm hot.
I'm sleepy.
Okay, and goal number 7, which is in unit 1 as well, in phonics section, I can listen and point at the right pictures and words. Okay, there you need to tell what these pictures are. As you can see here, if somebody says to you, gives you some instructions, saying, clap your hands. Do you understand what he or she says to you? Clap your hands. What do you mean by that? This is how you clap your hands. Okay, so you can point to this picture and you can tell what this picture is or what this picture means. The other one, if somebody says to you, stamp your foot. What's the stamp your foot? Here, this is how you stamp your foot. And if somebody says, nod your head, you can do it now. Nod your head. Okay, nod your head. Yes, exactly. You do like this. Okay, this is how you nod your head. And snap your fingers. How do you snap your fingers? Okay, this is how you snap your fingers. Okay, this you can tell from this picture. Thumb your chest. How do you thumb your chest? You do like this. This is how you thumb your chest. Okay, let's listen to one of your colleagues reading these phrases.
Clap your hands. Stamp your foot. Nod your head. Snap your fingers. Thump your chest.
Okay, now we move to another exercise which is going to be on page 69 in your workbook. Listen, point, and say. Let's tell what these pictures are. If you still remember, we studied in unit 1. You can tell this is what? It is an apple. That's right. Okay, what about this one? It's a cap. Exactly. This one, what do you call it? It's a tap. Okay, and this is what? It is a hat. This one is a cat. And this one is an apron. This is a cape. This is a tape. This is a cake. This is a vase. This is a face. And this is ink. Okay? Now let's listen again to one of your colleagues saying and acting these or reading these words.
Exercise 1. Listen, point, and say. Apple, cap, tap, hat, cat, apron, cape, tape, cake, vase, face, ink.
Okay, now let's move to the last goal of this unit, which is about also on phonics section. I can say, read and write the sounds for A as in apple, A as in cape, I as in pen, I as in pine by myself. Can you do that? That's excellent. Okay, number 1. What is this? What do you call this? We call it apple. How do we spell apple? Okay, we do like this. A double P L E. Okay. Number 2, this is apron. How do you spell apron? A P R O N. Okay. Next one, this is what? Exactly, it is a cap. How do you spell cap? Yes, you can remember C A C A P. Okay, C A P. Number 5, you can tell from the picture here, what is it? Starting with T. Okay, okay. Number 3, sorry, this is a cat. C A T. Okay. Number 4, number 5. Okay, number 5 now. It's T A P. Tap. Okay. And this one, what do you call it? Cape. C A P E. And number 7, you can tell here, it's a tape. T A T. Okay, just a second. T A P E. And we told you about the E, that is the clever E that makes the A pronounced as A, different than tab. If you say here number 5, it's a tab. But when you add E at the end, it becomes tape. Okay? Number 8, what is it? It's a cake. C A. Okay. cake. Okay, and number 9, that is a face. F-A-C-E. And here, what is it? Yes, exactly. It is a vase. V-A-S-E. We call it vase. And here, this is iron. I-R-O-N. And here, what is this tree? We call it pine. P-I-N. P-I-N-E. Pine. Okay? And this is indicating what? Exactly. It is time. T-I-M-E. Okay. Now look at the pictures and circle the right word and check. What is it? What is this? You can tell from these 4 words which one is the right spelling for the word snake. Which one is it? That's the right one. Okay. So it's snake. The next one here, what do you call this? This is a cake. But how do we spell cake with the clever E as we said before? This is the second one. This is the right answer. So we spelled it correctly. Number 3, what is it? What is this? This is a hat. Okay? Do we say hat or hate? There is no E at the end, so we say hat, the third one. Okay, number 4, this is tape. Okay? This is tape. So we have to spell it T-A-P-E. And number 5, what is it? Exactly, that is what? What is it? Sight or sit? It is sit, actually. This is the right answer. The guy is sitting, as you can see here. Sit. This is the right answer for number 5. And by this, we come to the end of our class today. And inshallah, in the next class, we are going to start a new unit, things we were. See you until then. Goodbye for now. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.